Would you believe me if I told you that I'm a victim of domestic violence? Would you actually believe me if I told you that I was a victim of verbal abuse or even physical abuse? Would you even take a moment to stop and listen to me if I ever came to you crying out for help and saying, help, I'm in trouble? I bet you a lot of people would laugh in my face and be like, oh my God, Dr. OJ, you play too much. I bet you a lot of people would not even give me the time of day. They would not even stop to consider the possibility that what I am saying to them is a living nightmare that so many women have to live through every single day. Osinachi Nwachukwu died April 9th, 2022. May her soul rest in peace. Yet, another matter that had to give her life, not for a cause that she believed in, but for a plague that has robbed so many children of their mothers, robbed so many parents of their children, robbed so many families of peace, joy, and so many wonderful things that we're supposed to experience as people. Welcome to Dr. OJ Speaks. My name is Dr. Oyinka Salajinodu, your humble host. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe, turn your notification on, and definitely like and comment below this video and share with your friends and family. The Honey Drops Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit out of North Texas, of which I am the president and the founder. We have been working relentlessly for the past 6 years to help empower, educate, and elevate young people and their families to live beyond domestic violence. Today's episode is sponsored by the Honey Drops Foundation in order to raise awareness to this cause. I'll be right back with this episode. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Oh no, oh no. She's old, yeah, 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 yeah. So many of us got what to say, but we don't have the means, but we can listen, yeah. Things that we sharpen our vision, yeah, oh yeah. Negativity getting out of the way. By listening to us that we bring life, yeah. Plus it's like the voice of an angel, yeah. Dr. OJ, visionary, extraordinary. That burning like giving joy to the helpless. With it in bringing life to the dream. That's all we are rooted and savvy. And she's yeah. Transforming one life at a time. With the best voice that you Dr. OJ, keep on speaking for us. You're the voice we want to.
Welcome back, guys. So today's episode is not the real lively, go-lucky, happy conversation. It's not the kind of conversation you want to hear. It's not the kind of conversation a lot of people feel comfortable having. It's not the kind of conversation that you go into a party or you go into a situation hoping to come out with some type of major insight. It's the kind of conversation that needs to be had, that is of utmost necessity, especially in the times that we're living in. And I hate to do this because a celebrity passed away, because there's so many other lives that are lost every 3 minutes. One life, another life, just as precious, is lost to domestic abuse all over the globe, in different parts of the world. Women, children, and dare I say men lose their lives. Some people lose their minds, which is, I don't even know if that's worse. They lose their sanity. They lose their state of being a human to this epidemic of a social issue called domestic abuse. It shows up in so many different ways. It shows up as verbal abuse. It shows up as physical attack. It shows up as financial abuse. It shows up as emotional manipulation. It shows up in so many ways that sometimes we fail to identify what it looks like. That is what domestic violence is. It has so many faces, but it is the same issue, the same problem. It doesn't matter how it's perpetuated. It doesn't matter what methodology is applied to inflicting this pain on another human. It is evil. It's wrong. And it has to stop. I don't know why the conversation has gotten so loud. And I strategically had to wait for the noise and the hoorah to calm down a little bit before I slide into the conversation to bring some truth to us. Yes, Osinachi Nwachukwu, dearly beloved singer, celebrity, gospel artist who on the outside nobody would have known any better. Or did we really know it and we just ignored it? Because I found out that as a society, especially within our African Nigerian culture, we have a normal way of ignoring things that are problematic. We have a very, very strategic cultural system that causes us to sweep things under the carpet and say, well, it's their family problem. Let them go and solve it within their family. Did some pastors know about it? I don't know. Did some friends know about it? All of a sudden, everybody has something to say about this woman's passing. All of a sudden, everyone is an expert on the issue. But this is a problem that has been in existence, not just in the life of Osinachi, in the lives of women that we live, our neighbors, our friends, our sisters, people we go to church with, people we see every day, and we know something is just not right with them. But we turn away and say, it's not my problem, or let me just waka pass. Now let me waka come. Make I just go to mind my business so everybody gets in trouble. But how long are we going to keep living a life that causes us to say another person's problem is not really our problem until it lands on your doorstep? Before you now begin to realize that this is everybody's problem. And if we don't all solve it, then it continues to erode our society. It continues to rob us off of amazing talent like Osinachi's talent. So I'm coming on this episode, I waited a few weeks for the noise to die down, which, as I predicted, it did die down. Social media has probably moved on to the next trending story, the next trending topic. But I'm telling you this, domestic violence is not a trend, y'all. It's not a cultural movement. It's not something that we wear and then we take off, something that everybody tries to be cool about. It's not something that allows us to get the clicks and the likes. It's an issue. It's a problem that we all need to figure out a way to solve. And I dare say it's a human issue. So if something is a human issue, then it has to be solved by humans. I'm going to give a moment of silence as we round up this first half of the episode today to respect and honor Osinachi Nwachukwu's passing. And then we'll pick the conversation back up when I come back. Welcome back. So we're talking about domestic abuse, and I don't want to flog the issue too hard. This is a problem that I've had to become intimately acquainted with for the past 5 years that I committed myself to becoming a community advocate here in Dallas, Texas, being a member of the Mayor of Dallas Domestic Violence Task Force, working closely with communities like the city of DeSoto, where we work with their teen department to offer workshops every year at their Teen Expo, and we do so many other campaigns with them to raise awareness to teen dating violence, and we bring this message of hope and solution to other platforms that we have been privileged enough to work with and partner with, and we're looking to do so much more as an organization with the Honey Drops Foundation, of course. Just in case you were wondering what I'm talking about, that's the organization, the Honey Drops Foundation. Definitely go to the website honeydropsfoundation.org to find out so much more about how you can become a part of the movement, how you can take the pledge on Twitter and post and tag us, how you can really be part of this thing, not as a trend, not as something that we talk so much about and we become experts overnight because something major happened, but as something that we can take on as a lifelong cause, which is what I have chosen to do along with my team. It's a part of the Dr. OJ Speaks brand. We are domestic violence advocates. Against it, of course.